Hi, welcome to Taking Off. I'm here with my new friend, Ethan.
Going.
Hey, and what we're going to do today is we've got some low clouds. It's not that windy, so we thought it'd be a great time to do some actual IMC. So I am current in my instrument. Ethan here has just got his private pilot about 7-8 months ago.
Correct.
And you're thinking about doing some IFR training.
Absolutely.
So this will be a really good taste for you on that. So what we're going to do is we're leaving Hicks, Tango 67, and I filed an IFR plan to Decatur, Lima Uniform Delta, and then from there to Fort Worth Meacham, Foxtrot Tango Whiskey, and we'll shoot some approaches, and hopefully we'll be IMC for a lot of that. We can break out at a good point. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
Ceilings were reported at 2,200 marginal VFR. I filed so I could get some practice in IMC, and after doing our run-up, briefing our plates, and completing the pre-flight checklist, I called ATC on the phone for our non-towered clearance and release. They were going to have us wait with engine running for at least 10 minutes, so I asked them if I could take off VFR and get my release in the air. They said to go ahead and gave me a cardinal direction and asked me to stay below 2,500 as they had some F-16s coming in. Then we got our clearance for the RNAV approach into Decatur, Lima Uniform Delta.
Okay, so we're being vectored right now.
Okay.
We've already briefed our plate, and he's going to bring us in. I expect a left turn.
4620 Yankee, heading 355. 355, I just want to widen out a little bit.
355 for 20 Yankee, thanks. So he's widening us out to do that turn back.
Okay.
So it's really important to stay ahead of the aircraft more than ever in instrument. So that's why I talk ahead, like I'm expecting a turn to the left.
Okay.
You know, because if you do that, then you're not caught by surprise or anything. Always try to stay a couple steps ahead. It's when you get behind the airplane that things can get really, really bad.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and configure for cruise now.
0 Tango November, I'm going to do a little bit of box vectoring here. There's about 2 to go into Navy, 2 to go into Meacham ahead of you. So let's go heading a 150.
Slow down a little bit. We're at 150.
And altitude, correction, maintain
Ground
5,000,
speed is
speed
almost 200
190.
knots. Wow.
Heading 150, maintain 5,000, speed 190 knots, 0 Tango November.
And we get to shoot an approach through the clouds, which is always a really cool thing. Now, once we're done with Decatur, I'm going to delete Decatur here, quickly put in Fort Worth Meacham, and get that loaded in here.
Okay.
So here we are going through the clouds. That's always fun, cool. Our outside air temperature is 19 Celsius. So
0 Tango November, descend to maintain 4,000. There's a flight of 2 F-16s at 3,000 right below you.
So we're not worried about ice.
4,000, 0 Tango November.
Which, you know, early March, you always want to be aware of that. Flying through the clouds, you'll start to pick up some light rime or something like that.
Oh, wow.
20 Yankee, turn left heading 260.
260, 20 Yankee. Here's our left turn that we were anticipating.
Okay.
I'll let the autopilot do it. Now, here we are. And there's the
Boutique 455.
He should turn us pretty quick here.
Boutique 455. Boutique 455. Just seeing if you're there. Just to maintain, maintain 5,000. You can expect the ILS runway 13 right.
Alright, maintain 5,000. We're expecting the ILS 13 right. Boutique 455.
4620 Yankee, you're 4 from Tinley. Turn left heading at 200. Maintain 4,000. Still establish on single approach. Cleared RNAV runway 17 approach.
200 and until established. And we'll maintain 4,000. 20 Yankee. Is that what he said?
We were cleared for the RNAV too.
Okay, clear for the RNAV.
4620 Yankee, change to advisor, you're coming out on a miss, correct?
Correct, 20 Yankee.
Yankee, roger, upon executing your missed approach, fly heading of 090 and maintain 3000.
Upon missed, 090, maintain 3000, 20 Yankee.
2 Juliet Bravo, heading 240. 240,
So we're
2 Juliet Bravo, Red Lake 865, descend to maintain 5000.
I'm going to go ahead
5,000, Red Lake 865.
And I'm going to hit direct.
20 Yankee, change to advisor frequency approved, come back to this frequency on the miss.
Change approved, we'll be back to you on the miss, 20 Yankee. Okay, so now I'm going to, their advisory is 1228, which I should have had loaded already. And we're going to be a little high here. No, we're not, we're okay. So we're on, autopilot's now flying the watts. I had to go fast on that.
60 Tango November, you're 4 from Ward, cross Ward at 3000, cleared on ever only.
And for Decatur. Okay, so here we are right at 3500, right at Tinley, and we're dead on our indicator, our carrot, or whatever people call it. So the 2 green, that's all we're looking at, because outside looks crazy.
Sure.
Now we will start to look outside here in a minute, and I'm going to start my descent now, because we're approved for the descent, for the approach, and I'm getting a little above, so I'm steepening my descent. I'm flying by the knob here.
Okay.
I'm letting the autopilot handle my horizontal, lateral, vertical, lateral. So, and then I'm handling the vertical with the autopilot.
Okay.
See, and we're right on that green, and we still don't see nothing, right? So it's a little, it can be scary. We're going to go ahead and cut back a little bit. We're going to go and do our gumps check. We are still a good 6 miles out, but let's slow down enough, and we drop gear, we'll slow down.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that I stay on that. Altitude's good. Airspeed good for dropping gear. 165 or under.
Okay.
So here goes gear down. We'll start to slow down some. And since we're in the clouds, we can expect turbulence like this.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see the ground, which is good. Okay, we're at 117. We've got gas mixture, undercarriage, and prop, all looking good. And our carrots are still looking good. Well, we are having to shoot this approach. Right now, our altitude is at 2,500. We are 1,300 above our decision altitude.
Okay.
At what point we need to, I'm going to speed up a little bit.
There's ground.
And now we're clear of the clouds, and now we could keep going down more and more. We know the wind's blowing us. It's trying to deflect over. At some point, I might even take over from the autopilot if I felt like it was way off.
Okay.
Because now the deflection's coming back. We're okay. We're still looking good on both our vertical and lateral.
Okay.
But we look out, and there's the runway.
Yep.
So we see it. Now, if we had descended to 1,200, which is where, you know, that's our decision point. Actually 1,300, and it's 1297. So it would be, you know, we're 500 above right now, and we would make that call once we got to that point, whether we're going to go missed or not. I'm going to keep flying straight ahead for now. I want to see the autopilot, how it's doing on our lateral, which it caught up. So if I'd panicked, turned off the autopilot, tried to fly it myself, that gives me one more thing I have to mess with.
Right.
Decatur traffic, Centurion 4620 Yankee, is 3 miles north inbound 17. We will go missed and head south. Decatur. Airspeed's looking good. We're now a little high, which is fine. I'm not going to go any further, actually. We'll just hold here. And you can see how the wind is blowing us over. I'm going to go ahead and come up with my gear.
Okay.
Executing the mist, we would gun it. I would hit autopilot off, flaps are up, and we would get going. So now we know that we can go to 3,000, and our heading needs to be 090. Okay. Fort Worth Center, Centurion 4620 Yankee, back with you, 2,100 for 3,000.
For 4620 Yankee, regional departure, roger, I-10. 20 Yankee, radar contact, half mile south and east of the Decatur Airport at 2,200, say request, now terminate.
We'd like the ILS 16 to Meacham, and would like to do the published miss.
After going missed, it was time to shoot the ILS 16 at Meacham. I was unable to load the approaches from different airports into the Garmin 430. I heard it can't be done. If you know how, leave us a comment. In real world, I'd be on a cross country and just need the one airport. In training, we're shooting approaches at multiple airports near each other. However, what if in the real world my destination airport is at or near minimums? It would be nice to already have my alternate loaded, rather than hastily trying to push a lot of buttons while doing a miss in IMC. ATC gave me directions to intercept the localizer, but I hadn't gotten the approach loaded yet. I went ahead and requested vectors until I could get my GPS set up the way I needed. All of this shows after preaching the importance of staying ahead of the airplane, I fell behind in IMC. I'm glad this is training, and before I do this again, we're going to come up with a solution for the Garmin.
R20 Yankee, are you needing any assistance or you just need to be vectored around?
No, we are now ready to intercept localizer, 20 Yankee.
R20 Yankee, no problem, sir. And just finding a 130 and intercept 16 localizer.
130 to intercept localizer, 20 Yankee. Thanks for your help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go direct muffin, activate. There we go. 1099, we've got the plate up. We at muffin, we need to be at just under 2,000.
R20 Yankee, you're 13 miles from Muffin. Maintain 3,000 until established on localizer. Cleared ILS, runway 16 approach.
Clear for the approach, ILS 16 and 3,000 to Muffin, 20 Yankee. I got behind the airplane a little bit there because we were having to load all that stuff in. So I got to figure that out on the ground another time. So better use of that. So that's what this practice tells me is I need to figure out a way to load both destinations in there so that I can call it up right away and not have to be, goofing around with it in IMC like we were having to do.
Right. And if that was my case, I don't have autopilot. And if I was having to do that, so you're having to fly the airplane manually.
Oh, that would have been a nightmare.
Then, yeah.
So, at that point, you probably just ask them for vectors.
Yep.
And vectors the final because, and then as you notice, I didn't try to brave it out, try to figure it out. I actually told them, can you vector me?
Sure.
So it's okay to do that. Worst case. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. We're at 145. Now that we're at the final approach fix, I'm going to drop gear.
Okay.
It'll slow us down. And I've got a green light, and I got
one down here. See the front.
All right. And we're past Muffin now, and I will follow our descent on in with the GPS. The Garmin is doing the LPV, which is the GPS way to do a ILS.
Okay.
We're a little low, adjusting. Okay, I'm going to go 10 degrees flaps. Pull back a little bit. Should have been ready for that. We went way high there. Okay, we would be almost at our decision altitude. Still got 300 feet for it. So if we were in the clouds, we could still shoot this.
Okay.
And now I am hand flying. I'll go back on the autopilot here in just a sec. Okay, so actually I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to go back to nav. Okay. Okay, so once I go, okay, we're not going to do this. We'll go around. Okay, so here we go. So now we've decided we're going to go around.
Okay.
We're going to...
Wind 150 at 19er, gust 29er.
Autopilot is off. Gear is going up. Now, it's arriving. I should be able to tell it to go around here in just a second.
Okay.
Now we're going to go to 13 on our altitude. And suspend. Okay, so now, here's my question. This is why I wanted to do this. If I hit autopilot on and nav, will it fly it?
Train 20 Yankee, contact regional departure now on 135.907.
35907, 20 Yankee, thanks. Okay, so now we're at 1300, so I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to look at my map here. And now we do a climbing left turn to 2500 direct Muffin. Whoa. Feel that gust?
Yeah.
Airspeed's still looking good. I'm going to go direct, enter. And there's our magenta. So I could actually go to autopilot on and GPS S, and it should fly that.
Okay.
But I need to keep climbing. Okay. Forward departure, Centurion 4620 Yankee at 1,800 for 2,500.
4620 Yankee, regional departure, ready to contact, and just say intention, sir, you want to do this approach, and then do it again.
You know, we can go ahead and cancel IFR, and we'll go in and land at Meacham 20 Yankee.
20 Yankee, no problem, sir. IFR cancellation is received, and Meacham.
Okay, everyone, that was a really good trip. Made some mistakes, but you know,
That's what it was for. Yep.
That's why we do the training.
Yep.
So,
Right.
as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along on this ride.
Thank you very much for having me, Daniel.
And we'll see you guys next time.